Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Vania Febriyanti. I come from Junior High School 6 Surabaya from class 90 with number absent of 38. Today, I'm gonna tell you a story. But before I tell you a story, I'm gonna ask you one question. Where do you all come from? Personally, I come from Surabaya. That's why I'm going to tell you one story, a legend of Surabaya, called the Ujian of Surabaya. How is it called Surabaya? A long time ago, there lived a shark named Sura, and he's the king of the oceans and sea. And there was one more animal named Bahasa, a crocodile. He was the king of the river and land. There was a whole different king. Sura lives in the sea and ocean. He eats fish, a lot of species of fish. And Bahasa lives in the river and also the land. So he eats deer that are close to the river. Now, Sura was actually really bored in the ocean and sea. He only ate fish, and fish. Probably a little bit of crab. But he wants something different. So he swam to the river quickly and saw some deer drinking by the river. He then dragged the deer and swam back to the ocean. But he didn't notice that there was Bahasa looking at him. Then Bahasa caught him and dragged the deer back to the river. Sura asked, "Why did you drag the deer from me?" Bahasa said, "It's my food. I live here. I'm the king of river and land. You have a lot of fish in your place, Sura." Then Sura said, "But your food is delicious. Can I have some?" But Bahasa doesn't want it. So they started to fight for 5 days. Everyone was really annoyed by their fight. Not long, nobody won because they were really strong. So Bahasa made a promise. "Sura, how about you just stay in the ocean and sea? I stay in the river and land, so we won't fight. There are a lot of fishes in your ocean that probably you haven't discovered." Sura said, "Yes, I won't break the promise." A few days passed. Sura did not break the promise, but he was craving for deer really badly. He only ate fish and fish. Then Sura made a plan. How about he swam quickly to the river, hurt one of the deer, and dragged the deer from the river to the ocean quickly. So he did, but he did it really cautiously, not like before. So he saw a deer drinking by the river, and there was no Bahasa in there. So he quickly hurt the deer and dragged him from the river to the ocean. He succeeded. Bahasa didn't catch him. So he was really happy that his craving was actually finished. But the next day, he was craving for some more deer because deer are really delicious for him. So he did it again for continuously 5 days. But Bahasa thinked, "Why is my deer slowly getting gone? Did they run away? Or maybe somebody eat them?" So he made a plan. He hurt one of the deer on the afternoon, and he put the deer beside the river, where probably Sura can eat it. So not long after Bahasa hurt the deer, he hid behind the rock. And not long, there was a fin swimming from the ocean, and he already thought, "Wow, Sura break the promise." Then Sura saw the deer hurt, so he decided to eat and drag the deer from the river quickly and cautiously. But he doesn't know that Bahasa was looking at him behind the rock. So Bahasa caught him and dragged him to the river to have some talk. "Sura, did you break your promise?" Bahasa said. Sura said, "Well, I'm the king of water. I can live in the ocean, seas, and river. I only live in water. You can live in land. You have more food than me." Then Bahasa said, "But we made a promise, and you break it." Sura said, "I don't really care. Your food is really delicious, and I live in the water, so I can take some." Bahasa doesn't agree with that, so he started a big fight because he was upset that Sura break the promise. Sura doesn't want to lose because he really likes deer. So They fight continuously, but this is bigger than the fight before. They fight till they bleed to death. But once Vanya bite Sura's fin until it was bleeding and almost ripped off. Then Sura doesn't want to lose, so Sura bites Vanya's tail. But Sura still loses because Vanya already bite him really deeply that his tail and fin was ruined to pieces. Then Sura did say sorry. Sura apologized saying, "I'm sorry I did take your land. I'm gonna go back. I don't have any tail left." So Sura did go back to the ocean, and he won't ever eat deer again because he can't swim really quickly anymore because his tail and his fin are gone. Now he lives in the ocean, bleeding and eating fish. But also some fish are scared of him because he was bleeding as well. So his food became less and less, and the fighting place was now called Surabaya. Now that's the story of the origin of Surabaya. Are you interested? If you're interested, you should try to go to Surabaya and go to the museum and probably the Tugu Pahlawan of Surabaya. But don't forget to wear your mask and wash your hands. Bye everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.